I only got one more night. I'm gonna leave out loud goodbye.
This gonna be the type of night they make movies about.
What up?
Bitch
What
niggas
up? What up? It's your boy, Mr. Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn Channel Sweatbox. We back. We live. We active here on the channel. Yes, indeed. You know how we do. Still dodging those digital jabs, baby. Let's talk Rick and Morty. Season 6, Episode 3. This was called Bethic Incestus. I don't. It was basically. It's a play on Basic Instinct. It was like Bethic Incestus. It was. Look, man. This show does too much. Okay? This show does too much. This is really a spoiler review. I'm gonna try not to go blow for blow, but this show, man, I just gotta talk about the show, man. So spoiler alert in effect. So this show is a Thanksgiving episode. It basically name alone. But it starts out with Morty playing this new video game system that his mom got him. Space Beth got him. Rick flies in as a turkey and then transforms back into himself. He sees Morty's playing the game, and it's supposed to be like the most realistic video game system ever. You see how it kind of integrates itself into the TV. It was crazy. Rick's like, I don't remember buying you that. He said, you didn't. Space Mom bought it for me. Remember she's here for Thanksgiving? Rick's like, oh yeah, that's right. Let's go. Let's get out of here, Morty. And then immediately both Beths are like, no, we just heard you hit the door. If you leave, we're disowning you. Oh, that's right. You can't just hop into a portal anymore, can you? Rick's like, Thanksgiving dinner is like paying your yearly subscription. So it shows the whole family sitting down to dinner. Rick comes in butt naked. Jerry's like, Rick, put some pants on. There's so few rules on this day. So he's like, everybody sit down at the table. It's this nice little Thanksgiving dinner. Jerry's like, all right. Trying to give his little Thanksgiving toast. He said, I just would like to say, I just want to know how thankful I am for my family, and especially for you, Beth. If you were to ever leave me, I would kill myself. It would be so bad. I mean, he starts to describe how he would kill himself. He said, I would take an old blender wire. He totally makes it so awkward. Everybody was like, all right, we get it. And then Morty tries to say, I'm thankful for America. Rick's like, I'm thankful for ending this toast. It's like, yes. And they're like, here, thanks to that. Jerry was like, I was just saying I was going to kill myself. And then that was the opening scene. So the whole episode was basically about Beth and Space Beth, regular Beth and Space Beth, ended up having an affair with each other. They end up falling in love with each other, which is the most narcissistic shit ever. And they end up having an affair, and everybody in the house finds out about it. Except for Jerry. Jerry's the last one to know. And the funny thing about it is every time when somebody finds out, their excuse is, listen, I'm gonna just go play video games. Summer's the first one to find out. Because they couldn't sleep. So first of all, they're in the kitchen. Regular Beth is apologizing to Space. They're sorry about Jerry getting all husbandy. She's like, yeah, I don't miss that. And they're drinking some of this wine that Rick had left out. It's like some space wine. And you can tell that they're just getting lit, right? So then it cuts to later that night, and they can't sleep, and they're outside by Space Beth's car. Beth offers, she says, hey, so you can sleep in Jerry's man cave. She's like, nah, I'm gonna just sleep in my car. It's got like a Tartarus thing going on. It's bigger on the inside. So she goes outside. Neither of them can sleep, so they're outside talking, and they kind of, they start to have a connection, and they're about to kiss, and they hear a noise in the house, and it's Summer, and she's hiding by the window, so they don't see her, but she totally saw them. So next thing you know, you see Summer, she's just playing the game. And she's like, oh, now you want to play the game? She's like, I'm trying to just have something that I can have control of. So then, the Beths, I'm going to just refer to them as the Beths. The Beths decide to go out for ice cream, and they're going to go get some interdimensional ice cream, or some space ice cream. So they fly off to another planet. Meanwhile, they're just on a space date, and they're just floating above space, looking at Earth, having this great conversation. And they come back to Earth. And they start making out in the car. And Morty's outside taking the trash out, and he totally sees it. So now this nigga Morty's on the game So now Morty's on the game. Rick's like, bro, you ain't gonna just take my controller. He's like, yes, I can. It's my game. Get away from me. Oh, it was so bad. So then, they go. What happens after that? So now Summer knows and Morty knows, and Beth goes and she goes to talk to Rick about it, and Rick's like, yeah, look, you're talking to your dad. I've met 1,000 versions of myself. You don't think I've gone for ice cream with myself before? He said, just don't get caught about it. Just don't let it take over your family and all that, right? So now Rick knows. Rick knows. Beth knows. Rick knows. Morty knows, and Summer knows. The only one who doesn't know is Jerry. Jerry, meanwhile, they're playing the video game. Jerry's like, I'm gonna put together this jigsaw puzzle. Just oblivious. So he puts together the puzzle. He wants to go tell Beth about it. And they're like, no. Just play this game. Just play this video game. Don't worry about them. They'll find out eventually. Just come play this game with us. So he gets on the video game. Oh, Jerry gets on the video game. And I'm sorry. I can't. It's so funny. He starts playing a game called, like, so your wife's having an affair. Meanwhile, the Beths decide to figure out if they're truly in love or not. They go to Rick's holodeck, and what Rick says, you guys did a full-blown San Junipero? I lost it. When he said you did a full-blown San Junipero, I was done, bro. In case you guys don't know, San Junipero is an awesome episode of Black Mirror that's hilarious. Oh, that song is so... Oh, that episode is... That joke had me. I was dead. And it just got worse. It just continued to get worse. So he catches him in the holodeck. He's like, look, I don't care that you guys... He said, there's masturbation and then there's masturbation. He said, I don't care that you guys are doing this, but you guys are the worst at hiding it. She's like, what? Everybody knows? He said, yes, everybody knows. Except for Jerry. He's so oblivious. He's over there playing a game about being in an affair. So then they go to sit down for dinner, and in the middle of dinner, Beth just comes out and is like, look, Jerry, we had sex. The Beth had sex. So Jerry, just so shocked, literally turns into a pill bug and goes inside of his shell. It's some mechanic thing that Rick put in him when they got drunk. Oh my goodness, this episode was too much. It was just so too much. Then the Beths are like, oh, we gotta help Jerry. Space Beth is like, fuck Jerry, I don't give a fuck about that. I want you, right? So Beth is like, nah, I still care about Jerry. You're right. We should have told him. We should have did something about it. We should have told him. So they're about to have their memories erased in order to make it all. So they're gonna break up and have their memories erased. So Rick's like, it's not gonna work. You guys are just gonna fall in love again. This is so stupid. So right when they're about to do it, Jerry wakes up. He's like, don't do that. It's fine. I'm an adult. I'm sorry I said I was gonna kill myself. I'm just going to leave. So he goes upstairs and starts packing his bags. Meanwhile, the Beths follow him into the room. They're like, no, Jerry, don't leave angry. So they start heading. The minute they walked into the bedroom, I was like, I already know where this is going to go. So then, but hold up, before we get to the ending that was just so out of pocket, the game system that they were playing was supposed to be the most realistic game system ever. It was so funny because first they were playing asteroids and it was just regular asteroids, like 8-bit or 4-bit asteroids on the Atari. He's like, these graphics is kind of, they're kind of whack, right? He's like, well, turn the realism up. The realism was on the factory settings of 4. They turn it up to 10. The graphics look the same except it's just the spaceship in open space. He's like, Rick's like, oh, okay, no. It's more realistic now. There's basically nothing in space. You're not going to run anything. Then they were playing this game called Getting to a Street Fight, where you basically start the day as a character. You just got to roam around the city to find the dude that you're supposed to fight. It shows the dude walking, paying the subway fee and all that. Bro, it was so stupid. And then they had this fighting game where it looked like the dude was Cloud from Final Fantasy, and he had the giant sword that Cloud had, and he couldn't even pick it up. It was the most realistic game ever. That was hilarious. Okay, now back to the ending. Jerry and the Beths are in the room. Jerry's packing up, getting ready to leave. The Beths are like, no, don't leave. Jerry's like, look, I'm not mad that you guys did it. You guys just could have told me something about it. And so Beth's like, oh, that's what this is about. And basically, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, yes, they had a menage a trois. I don't know if they had a menage a trois or if the Beths just did it while Jerry watched. Either way, it got very uncomfortable because downstairs at Thanksgiving dinner table, Summer, Morty, and Rick heard the whole thing. And Rick was just, Morty was just there putting salt on his food, and he could hear it, and it just kept getting awkward and more awkward and more awkward. And at one point, Jerry said something like, oh, yeah. And both Morty and Summer started crying, like literally crying tears of trauma. I was weak. When they started crying, I was done. And Rick was like, all right, let's just talk. Let's just tell us what you're thankful for. Tell us what you're thankful for. Summer said, I don't know, like water. And Morty was like, fuck, Morty, I don't know. Discovery Channel. So then it ends with Space Beth leaving. Everything's fine. Regular Beth and Jerry are like, yeah, it's good. Summer and Morty are scarred for life. Jerry's like, I think we all learned a little something. Rick is like, we sure did. It shows Rick in the kitchen putting the wine that they were drinking back in some little hidden portal, like a space portal cabinet, closes it up that was disguised as the kitchen window, closes it up, and then puts the remote control in the garbage disposal and destroys it. And then the outside episode ended. And the bonus, and then the post-credit scene was Jerry showing up at the Jerry Berea. They're like, "Hey, Jerry, what are you doing here?" He said, "Oh, I'm just here to hang out." He's like, "Oh no, you can't come in here by yourself. You have to be dropped off by somebody." He was like, "What? Why? It's just me." She said, "I'm not saying you would do this, but sometimes some of the Jerrys come up here trying to touch the other Jerrys." He was like, "What? Oh no, well then I'm going to go ahead and leave. My fault, I apologize." Then it shows Jerry meeting up in a back alley with another Jerry. And they get all close and they kiss one time and then they shake hands. "All right, thank you very much." And that was Jerry the risk taker. That's as far as he was willing to go. He go kiss himself in a back alley. This episode was so stupid, bro. Oh my god, this episode was stupid. When Morty and Summer started crying at the Thanksgiving table, I lost it. Yeah, y'all gonna have to pay for a whole bunch of therapy for them kids. Man, that episode was hilarious. This season is starting off gangbusters, bro. Season 6 is starting out on fire. And I guess there have been a lot of people that after season 4 and 5, they weren't too excited about the direction that the show was going, but I don't know what y'all talking about. This show ain't missed a beat. It's still the funniest show on TV for me. I love it. And just in case I didn't mention it in my episodes 1 and 2 review, when I was down in Vegas on Fremont Street, they had a huge Wormageddon like exhibit set up, and they had a Rick and Morty thing going on the Viva Vision. It was super dope. I got video of it, so that's just another reason to make sure you check out the travel vlog. You see everything's connected, baby. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when I upload. Check out the travel vlogs, man. Las Vegas was bananas. Anything you guys need in vacation stuff, holla at your boy. Sweatbox Travel is official. Until next time, you know how we do. Peace.
I'ma go to the ends with you.